Hey everybody, welcome back to my Unprocessed Life. I'm just leaving the grocery store. I went and had to go get some more greens because I'm running out at home. Went and got some spinach. Yep, a couple pounds of spinach to get me through. And we got a couple zucchinis, and then I got another head of romaine. So I got some spinach and romaine and zucchinis, and I'm doing the best that I can, even though I am starving. I'm doing the best I can not to stop at a fast food place on the way home, because I know that will derail everything. And I've done real well, because today I haven't had enough water, but I'm drinking. I've got my water. I'm going to drink it on the way home. I'll have had a liter of water, which was in my smoothie, and then my bananas. I had 6 bananas for breakfast, and then I had my smoothie for lunch, and that's probably why I'm hungry, because I've only had like 1,000 calories today or something like that, or 1,200, something like that. And I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna have a big salad with hopefully the Mango Island Mama dressing that is so good. And I find that it's hard to think and talk and form processes when I'm hungry, because that's all I can think about is eating something. And so this may be a little bit of a challenging video, but it's been a pretty good day. I got my pictures up on Instagram, so I'm back on Instagram again, taking some pictures and getting them out there. Meeting some new folks, got some new followers on Instagram, so that was kind of fun. I'm getting close to 400 followers on Instagram, and I feel really good about that, because they're all really organic, just based on what I've been posting and my hashtags and so forth. So there's no, I haven't used any services, or I haven't really gotten any shout outs from anybody big or anything like that. It's all been organic, people that want to follow me because of the things I'm posting and the things I'm saying in the videos and so forth. So I'm kind of happy about that. I'm almost to 400 followers, and in just 2 months. So I feel pretty good about that. And I don't know that it's a huge, I'm sure there's a bunch of those followers that, were just out there just for the follow sort of thing. And I lose a lot of those on a daily basis. But that's all right. That's just part of the game that some people play. I don't like to play the game, but a lot of people do. So, but I feel pretty good about today. I've eaten all the food that I was supposed to. I haven't eaten any of the food that I wasn't supposed to. And then there was this big news today about The Biggest Loser. There was a research article that was done by people who some scientists, I guess, that followed The Biggest Losers from back in 2006, maybe. It was a few years ago. I think 6 years ago, 2009 maybe. Anyway, 6 years ago, they followed them post the Biggest Loser workout. And that was interesting, because after they'd lost all their weight, 14 of the 16 people they followed gained weight back, and some of them gained more than they had to begin with. And the interesting thing is that when people lost their weight and then their weight went back up, they didn't lose their metabolic rate, the resting metabolic rate, the calories that you burn just by sitting there. It didn't go back up. So when you were, let's say if you are at, 300 pounds, and you're going to burn X amount of calories just because of how big you are, and everybody burns X amount of calories no matter what size they are, but let's say you're 300 pounds and you burn 2,500 calories a day just sitting there, not doing anything, just resting. If you ate less than 2,500 calories a day, you would lose weight over the long term. Well, what they found is that, and normally, if you weigh 300 pounds and then you might have a resting metabolic rate of, say, 2,500. Well, then, let's say if you're 200 pounds, you may have a resting metabolic rate of, let's say, 2,000 calories a day. Okay, so what happened is these people lost weight and their metabolic rates went down according to how much weight they lost. So now, if they went from 300 pounds down to 150 pounds, lost half their body weight, well, their metabolic rates also dropped because they're smaller now. That's normal. What they didn't expect was when these people went from being 150 back to 300, their metabolic rates did not go back up with them, which meant that now they were 300 pounds, but they were only burning calories at 150 pound person rate, resting. So they would have to eat, in some cases, 800 calories a day less than you would if you were at 150 pounds to maintain their weight. What this shows us is that your body will work really, really hard to make sure that you have the nutrients that you need. Now, I don't know what this means in the great scheme of things. It's a really new discovery. They're just going to be posting it in the medical journals come next week. But there may be something to that. Because of this, there may be something, there may be the only way to combat the metabolic rate problem that they're seeing, maybe to feed your body the nutrients it needs to heal itself. In other words, raw vegan food. Vegan foods, especially raw vegan foods. I don't know that will fix it. I have no idea. And like with anything that we talk about in regards to diet, all you're doing is giving your body the right nutrients, what it needs, the fuel to fix itself. The food itself doesn't actually fix. It's not a traditional medicine from a perspective where you take a pill and that goes and does something. You eat the right foods, and when you do, it allows your body to try to fix itself, to heal itself the way it was designed to. And so I don't know what the answer is with the metabolic stuff. It's all brand new, and I can't make any claims, and I'm not intending to make any claims. It's a very, very scary premise, though, because then what you see is oh, well, if I try really hard to lose weight the way that these folks did, I may damage my resting metabolic rate permanently and never get it back. And then if I gain weight, I'm going to gain more. It's going to be so much harder. And so there's a lot of questions surrounding that, and it's a very interesting thing, because it almost seems like a death sentence when you're trying to lose weight, because that all you're looking at is from here on out, I've got to exercise more than I ever have. I've got to eat less than I ever have, just to get these things down. Now, these are all in the traditional medical frame of mind, which is calories in, calories out. And if you are in that frame of mind, it's much scarier, I think, than if you are coming from the frame of mind where you have a philosophy, a belief that raw foods can really, really be helpful in healing, in the healing process. That you can lose weight and heal yourself and so forth. And there are a lot of people that believe that, and there are a lot of case studies with empirical evidence. Again, when I say case studies, I'm talking about empirical evidence, because there's nobody really doing any scientific work on raw food, because there's not a lot in it for them. There's nothing to gain. I think we've gone through that before. But it was just really amazing, because nobody really expected the metabolic stuff to look like that. And so it kind of set everybody back, because now they're kind of like, oh, well, what do we do? Basically what they have to tell people is to moderately lose weight. The folks on The Biggest Loser, they were doing things where they were burning 9,000 calories a day and only taking in, 2,000 calories or so, sometimes less. So they had these huge caloric deficits, which just freaked their body out, put them into starvation mode, and their bodies probably haven't come out of starvation mode. Probably. I don't know. Again, not a doctor. It's just the common sense pieces that you kind of put together with the more you learn and so forth. And nobody really has it all figured out at this point. We know some basic principles and philosophies, and we believe. As much as anything else, diet comes down to belief. What do you believe in? Do you believe in health? Do you believe that the most healthful foods are raw and vegan? Do you believe that they are not? What do you believe? And there is some overwhelming evidence, in my opinion, but there are other people that would claim exactly the opposite. So it comes down to what do you believe in, and that's where the vegan community has kind of gotten a bad rap, because they believe that harming animals is bad for the environment and so forth. So, where is the truth? That's a tough one. I believe that it has to do with eating the most healthy, nutrient-dense food you can get. We're going to see how that works out, because today is day one of me being raw and treating my body with that stuff. So let's see where it goes. Let's see where we are in 30 days. Let's see where we are in 60 days, 90 days, a year. We'll see. Anyway, so that was just some interesting stuff that I saw online, and I thought I'd bring up, because it does, it's scary for somebody who's overweight. It's really scary. And I do the best I can not to panic about those kinds of things, but to just go ahead and try to trust and believe that I have found the best thing that I can to get me to where I want to be. And, there's two ways you can take that. You can take that information and you can say, well, screw it. There's nothing left for me to do. I might as well just eat whatever I feel like eating and then die when I die. Or you can say, you know what? I believe that there are some things that this research doesn't show, and I want to see if I can prove it wrong, or prove it to the point where I can be healthy for the rest of my life, the next 20 or 30 years that I have. So that's the route that I'm going, because I've got some kids that are waiting for me to do that. Anyway, if you want to see the things that I eat in a day, make sure you go over to my Instagram account. You can find me at myunprocessed.life, where I post pictures of everything that I eat in a day that I don't forget to post. Then, of course, you can contact me at myunprocessedlife@gmail.com. And if you want to, of course, leave some comments down below. I always like to respond to comments. And then if you like the videos, make sure you give them the thumbs up. Give me some Google love. Of course, if you subscribe, then you'll know when new videos are coming out, and they're coming out usually twice a day, Monday through Friday, sometimes on the weekends, sometimes, well, there's more videos. Just, if you're not subscribed, you just don't know when they come out. You just have to play it by ear. And then once again, I just want to say thank you for spending time with me. I know that there are so many things that you could be doing with your time other than hanging out with me for 15 minutes, So thank you. Thank you for spending time with me. I really appreciate it. It humbles me, and it makes me really happy to know that you'll spend time with me, that what I have to share with you, my life, is important enough for you to spend a few minutes listening. So thank you once again for spending time with me, and I will see you again tomorrow morning as I head back to work on my Unprocessed Life.